It's the nation's favourite antiques experts.
Howdy, little lady.
Behind the wheel of a classic car.
Oh, yes.
And a goal to scar Britain for antiques.
Looking for some bargains?
The aim? To make the biggest profit at auction. But it's no mean feat. There'll be worthy winners.
Yes.
It is my lucky day.
And valiant losers.
I actually can't believe that.
Annoying.
Will it be the high road to glory?
Yo. Or the slow road to disaster.
This is Antiques Road Trip. Yeah.
We're on another antiques adventure with best buddies James Braxton and Natasha Raskin-Sharp, travelling with a purpose.
We're gradually going north, aren't we?
We are gradually going north, Lancashire and the lakes. You're probably a man who holidays in the lakes.
I don't. It's too far for me.
But
No.
you must have done it at least once.
What, walk uphill?
Never knowingly, eh, James? But it's still a delight to be wandering amongst all this nature.
There's a wasp in the car, and the other day there was a bee in the car. Oh, I can't stand it.
Where's the wasp?
You're going to get stung. It's behind you. You're going to get stung.
No, I'm bigger than that.
When I was a wee girl, one night I went to bed, and under the duvet there were 2 wasps, and I was stung to bits.
Ow.
Traumatized.
Well, perhaps a recap of previous events will take your mind off it. They were both busy bees last time out, landing on some sweet finds.
It's rather stunning, isn't it?
A corker. Look at that.
And at the auction, there was a definite buzz.
140, 150, 160.
He's just saying numbers.
As bidders swarmed around James's items.
I feel immortal.
A stinging defeat for Natasha, but overall, she still won ahead in this best out of 5 battle.
Oh, James, you're coming to get me. You're coming to get me.
2-1. You're still ahead. You're still ahead.
You are clawing your way back into the history book.
I need to.
But I applaud you. It was fine work. It was fine work.
But it's a new leg, and that means a fresh £200 each. Your rather posh Daimler Sovereign for travelling in style and a whole lot of new shops to hit. But are we forgetting something?
Oh, actually, what's in James's jug?
James's
No,
jug.
I put this here last night.
Did you? What is it?
Because you left it in the car. You must have been lost without it this morning.
I know.
Must have
I
been
felt
lost.
naked.
One is never fully dressed without one's cravat. This trip has seen our chums scour South Wales and mess about in the Midlands. We're now heading up to the northwest of England, en route to a final foray in Scotland.
Does it smell of your lovely aftershave? Oh,
Could
it
do.
does.
Could
oh. Oh, it's reeking, James. You're
Reeking.
reeking.
Charming. On this leg of the trip, we'll end up at Kendal, gateway to the Lake District. But our journey starts in Lancaster, in Lancashire. On the edge of this ancient city is where we'll find our first shop. You can't miss it. It's the one with the bull on the roof.
Oh, I like this collar. What's going on there?
I don't know, a bit of Puritan chic.
Very smart, isn't it?
These doilies have been known to bring me luck, you know.
Well, let's put them to the test in GB Antiques and Furniture. Allegedly the largest antique centre in the country, and yes, it's a whopper. The goods of 120 dealers spread out over 40,000 square feet, all being looked after today by Jimmy. It may look daunting, but our pair possess superhuman browsing abilities
Look at that lovely mixing bowl. £8.
and an almost uncanny expert eye.
That stands out a mile, actually.
What did I tell you?
That's lovely. This little ruby red glass with white overlay trinket box, I would imagine, is taking us to Bohemia in the 19th century. And it is quite dazzling, very glamorous. This would have belonged to somebody with wealth, and it shows, doesn't it? I mean, where there is room for extra decoration, they pop it in. So we have the circles and the squares and the star here all working in harmony with one another beautifully. And for extra good measure, little bits of gilt highlighting as well, just to make it all really sparkle.
That's ticketed at £55.
I love it. I really like the price. Yeah, that is going on the list, for sure.
No messing about today, then. How about James? Found any objects of desire yet?
That's quite nice. A staple of every trendy kitchen must surely
be the bread bin. And here we have a bread bin and a half. It says, lovely condition, 1940s green enamel bread bin. I'm drawn to things like this. I'm a bread maker.
Quite the Renaissance man, our James.
You don't want any rust. And this one has absolutely no rust on the interior. It's got a couple of chips. You expect a couple of chips. What I like about this as well is we've got the original manufacturer's label. Goodfellows, sort of slight omen, isn't it? That was Natasha with her rather puritanical collars this morning. And here is our Puritan hair with the funny stove hat and the big collars.
Yours for £58.
If you're going to buy something like this, why not buy the best? This really is the best.
And as a bread maker, he should know.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Looks like Tash has found another box.
Oh. Oh. A key is always handy. Look at that. Is it the right key, though? Sounds good. Yes, it's locked. How good is that? OK, so we have a key and we have an ebonized box with a fitted interior that looks as though it was for, I'm going to say scent bottles. That's what I would imagine. A little travelling scent bottle box. And I'll bet those bottles were beautiful.
Shame they're missing, isn't it? Huh. But what about the box?
Typically late Georgian, I want to say. 1810s, 1820, something like that. I like this little vacant cartouche. Into this bit of brass would have been initials probably engraved. Then we have a bit more brass inlay here, a bit fancier for the escutcheon. So you have these little plates around keyholes to protect the wood, basically. It's one of my favourite words in the whole world, an escutcheon.
Very mellifluous. That's another nice word. £35 is the price on that.
I think that could be a definite.
Course, she's on a roll. And speaking of which...
Natasha, come on, let's have a break.
You look like you're actually about to play bowls.
I have. I've placed the jack down there. Those are for you.
Sorry, what's the jack? It looks like a wee bunny or something.
It's a funny bunny, you know.
A Pendelphin bunny, to be precise. Used to be made in nearby Burnley.
Go on.
Here we go, here we go. I'm lunging into
Oh, that's very good. Yes.
Oh, wicked curve.
See, no, it's curving away.
Cruel
isn't it?
curve, cruel.
It's very fast, this carpet, isn't it?
OK, well, so hold on a second. Was I sort of like your food taster there?
Yeah, you are.
OK, here we go. Straight to the bunny.
There's some wisdom in ladies first.
Oh, this is Olympics.
That's too
good.
fast.
No, that was quite good. That was actually quite good. We're getting better.
I think slightly slower.
Oh.
That's very
it's
nice.
bad. It's bad.
Very nice.
Oh, lordy.
I mean...
I don't think we're going to be champions, are we?
No.
If you quite finish chucking heavy things at breakable objects, perhaps we could get back to the shopping.
God, I'm like a little magpie, aren't I? I'm drawn to things that are shiny and sparkly. It's obviously a tray. It's got this great gallery around it. That's rather exceptional. And then we've got this central reserve here that's engraved. Some people say, you know, if you have something inscribed or engraved, it takes away from an item. Sometimes they're really helpful because they date it. And this one is, here we are, Grand United Order of Oddfellows presented to Brother Arthur Davis. His election as Grand Master, and it was June the 2nd, 1923. So this is over 100 years old, so rather interesting.
£65? Tempting?
I'm going to go and see our man Jimmy about this.
Don't forget to grab your bread bin on the way.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hi, James. What have you found?
I found two bright and shiny items. The bread bin, it's got 58 on it. Could that be cheaper?
I think the absolute best price would be £50, James.
Yeah, I'd be happy to pay you 50 on that.
OK,
I like
that's
that.
great.
But this one, although it's nice and bright, it's not everybody's cup of tea and it's got quite a price on it. Could it be 30, Jimmy?
I think that the very best price would be £35, James.
Yeah, I'll take that.
£85 in total, please, James.
Fortunately, I have 85. You caught me early, Jimmy.
And 115 still to be spent.
2 in the trolley.
Indeed. Back inside are other shoppers still on a bit of a spree.
Oh, I think that all of this actually is Victoria And it's all Jubilee. Right, so we have the Jubilee of 1887, so that's the Golden Jubilee, right? And then 1897, the Diamond Jubilee.
That's the one. The first British monarch to reign for 60 years.
It's a variety. There's 87 and there's 97 in there, and a variety of styles as well. So this one's for 1887. We have Victoria. Do you know something? It doesn't look like Victoria at all. It's a terrible portrait of the late Queen. Nonetheless, that is a lovely pattern. I really like that pattern. This is a bit unusual. Diamond Jubilee this time. We have all sorts of sporting motifs. We have football, we have cricket, yachting, cycling, fishing. It's not the most finely hand-coloured piece. The colours have been applied quite sloppily, but it's the sporting elements. I wonder if that lifts it. I wonder if that takes it into a different league.
Different league. I see what you did there.
And of course, they wouldn't have been made for use, for display, to show your allegiance to the crown. You're celebrating her long, record-breaking reign. Here we have young Queen, and what is wrong with these designers? That's terrible. I mean, that bears no resemblance to Victoria as we know her. How odd. And that one I don't like, and that one I don't like, and this one I think is too damaged. So it's this set that I'm digging. Yeah, before I put any of these down again and mix up the ones that I like, they're coming with me.
Great, you're off the mark.
Jimmy, hi.
Hi, Natasha.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
I think it's approaching tea time by the looks of
Yeah.
things. So the grand total for this is £52.
OK.
Is there a deal to be done?
I think the best price would be £40 for you.
Oh, come on, £40. Let's do that. And then also on the bucket list, we
Yes.
have two boxes, but they couldn't be more different.
Okay.
One is an ebonized Georgian box, and that is £35.
OK. I think we could do that at 25 for you.
25, fantastic, thank you. And then the Bohemian overlaid one, which is £55.
Okay, so we can do that at 45 for you.
Jimmy, it's a deal.
Brilliant.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. 3 lots. I'm so chuffed.
I bet you are. £110 for all of that. 90 now left over.
OK, easy does it.
Yep, these don't drop them.
Why didn't I ask for a bag?
Now, out on the road, James is enjoying his drive towards the Lake District. Man and machine in perfect harmony.
This is a really nice car to drive. There's lots at your command. The speed, there's good brakes, it's very comfortable. The seats are lovely. Who doesn't love a seat with an armrest, eh?
It's like driving in a sofa. His next destination is the South Lakes hamlet of Low Newton, a new tree barn, gallery, artists' workshops, and a rather nice cafe. But it's the old stuff that James has come for. He's got £115 just itching to be spent. And there's a lot going on in here, from architectural salvage to fine furniture. The mastermind, Clive, is on hand for any advice. Let's get stuck in, James, shall we?
This is Victorian. It's not an original work of art. It's a print, but it's quite a big print, and it's called a lithograph.
From lithos, meaning stone, and graphine, meaning to write. That's for all you ancient Greek buffs out there.
And this was done with limestone. It's a mixture of stopping oil and then inking and oiling, and everything was in reverse. It's highly complicated, but I like the end result. Typical Victorian sentimentality. We've got a little book here that has the title Love and Strife. So we've got love here. There's a fellow in the boat by the sea with an elegant lady here, and we've got the two naughty dogs, and they're busily tearing the lady's bonnet. It's a nice picture, and anything with dogs in it is always attractive to the bar.
That's unpriced, one to ask about later on. Now, a mere hop, skip and a jump away is the rather lovely village of Cartmel. Originally built around a Norman priory, it is now a bit of a foodie destination, being the birthplace of sticky toffee pudding and having a couple of Michelin-starred restaurants to boot. And with an appetite for antiques, here comes our Tash.
Oh, I have been here before. Yes, right. There we are. Too warm for that.
Let's hope no one buys it while you're browsing. This is Cartmel Village Vintage, and a bit of a feast for the eyes it is too, with shelves positively dripping with tasty little items. Donna will be our server today, helping our girl part with some of her remaining £90. Right, let's see what's on the menu.
Oh, there's Nelson. Horatio himself.
A Toby jug by the looks of things.
We can date this portrait in a sense, not the actual piece of pottery, but the portrait, because he lost his arm in the 1790s and he died in 1805 at the Battle of Trafalgar. I'm looking around for signs of age, and I'm seeing them, but I'm not sure that I believe them. And if it's right, it's 19th century Staffordshire, and probably worth about £100. But if it's wrong, then it's very contemporary, made to look older, and actually worth about £5.
It's a dilemma, real or repro.
And is it a great likeness of old Horatio? He was an historical hottie, and this is not hot.
Best put him back where you found him and keep looking. Back to the barn, and in his hunt is James getting warmer.
Ah, here we go. Oh, what's this? Oh, well, I don't know what it is, but it certainly passes the Braxton weight test. That is cast iron. Nice polished panel there. That's brass, isn't it? I presume it's something to do with the fireplace because of its location. And, good news, no price tag.
This sounds like a job for Clive.
Clive, I found something.
Well, that's good.
Haven't a clue what it is. It's made of cast iron.
Well, it's a smoke deflector from a fireplace.
OK.
Adjustable to adjust the airflow from the fire.
Oh, I see. So it helps with the draw, and nicely decorated with this brass plaque, isn't it?
Arts and crafts, you'd say?
Very arts and crafts, isn't it? So I think they're stylised pomegranates, wouldn't you?
I would agree with that.
Right, down to brass tacks.
I like this. There's a nice Victorian print, rather humorous, of two dogs fighting over a lady's hat.
Quite nice, isn't it?
It's quite nice. I slightly fall at your mercy here. Might I buy the two for 100?
I'm glad I'm sat down, James. If I can squeeze another tenner out of you, James, I will let you have them for 110. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, the next dealer's not going to like me, are they?
That's a tomorrow problem, James. For now, that deal makes the print. £35.75 for the fancy piece of fireplace.
There are 2 items, a fiver left.
Don't spend it all at once. Back in Cartmel, any progress?
Oh, brooches, 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 and back to brooches.
That did all right for you last time out.
This looks quite Scottish, quite Celtic. Some clues on the back, like a good painting. Most of the evidence is on the back. Scotland, sterling. And then there's a little mark in an oval, DB, which I do recognise. Hamish Dawson Bowman. A really good name when it comes to the history of silver in Scotland. More recent history, we're talking probably for this 1950s, I would imagine, but really a scholar of the entire history of Celtic silversmithing. And this little brooch that he's left behind is really appealing to me because I love mythical dolphins, but this is quite specifically a Celtic dolphin. I love its curling tail, I love its curly little snout almost. It's a really appealing design and I reckon really wearable. Look at that.
It's very you. No price on that, so you'll have to ask.
Donna, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm delighted to see you still have lots of interesting stock in the shop.
Thank you.
And I'm particularly interested in a little brooch in the form of a very twisty, mythical dolphin. It doesn't have a price on it. It's the only thing in the shop without a price on it. I'm wondering what your best price would be, and I'm hoping it's somewhere in the region of 20.
That sounds fine. Yeah.
20? 20 on the nose?
Yeah,
on the dolphin's
absolutely.
nose?
That's no problem. It's straight in, straight out.
Thank you very much.
you.
I appreciate it. Right.
That purchase whittles her budget down to £70.
Cheerio. Take
See you,
care.
bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And thankfully,
OK.
no one's nabbed her jacket.
Perfect.
That's enough shopping for one day. Now, what do people do for entertainment around here?
We could go twitching tonight.
What, that's bird watching, is it?
Yeah, so if we find a place that serves hot pot, that's local.
Yeah.
But we eat it outdoors because it's still light and bright.
Yeah.
We find some binoculars and we twitch.
What are we looking for?
Something big would be nice. A buzzard.
Buzzard.
As long as it doesn't swoop down and pinch your hot pot. Nighty-night. Next morning, our antiques elder statesman has decided to be down with the kids.
You have an expression for dress, don't you? Dripping. What is the drip?
Okay, were your glasses quite expensive?
Not bad. I
Were
don't know.
you interested in the style of your glasses? Did
I
you choose them
was.
carefully?
I chose them carefully.
They are your drip.
That's my drip.
Your cravat is your drip.
He's got a drip on.
Excuse me.
Not sure that's quite the right usage, James. Yesterday, our all-fleek fella picked up part of an arts and crafts fireplace, a print of some naughty dogs, and an Edwardian tray, and a bread bin.
If you're going to buy something like this, why not buy the best?
That spree leaves him with a paltry £5 to spend today. His bestie, Natasha, also bought a bundle. She went for a Bohemian glass box, a Georgian ebonite box, a Scottish dolphin brooch, and a collection of commemorative china, as you do.
That bears no resemblance to Victoria as we know her. How odd.
But there's a whole £70 left in the tank for her. Now, back to the subject of style.
I've got bamboo pants on.
That's great to know. People call you Bamboo Braxton, and that even extends
I'm a
to your
living
knickers.
advert for the natural material.
Bamboo Braxton in his bamboo boxers.
The high waister.
There is such a thing as too much drip, James. Later, we'll be sending all their stuff off to an auction in Newport, Shropshire. But before that, we're heading further into the Lake District, starting near Newby Bridge. This stunning yet rugged landscape is home to a native equine breed that for centuries was quite literally the workhorse of northern England, the fell pony. And to find out about these hardy little horses, James is here to visit the herd belonging to Tom Lloyd.
Hello, Tom. Hello.
Hi, James. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good.
Good.
Who do we have here?
This is Hazel Pansy, who is a 10-year-old registered fell pony. She's the 6th generation of a pony I was given when I was 4 years old. So she's very much
Wow.
part of the family. And the pony behind you is her mother, Lucky Pearl.
Lucky Pearl.
Yeah. Fell ponies are native to Cumbria and have been, we think, since at least Roman times. Yes.
Wow. Is it just where they come from, or do they look?
Well, yeah, but where they come from shapes the pony. So over the last several thousand years, you know, the environment has shaped them. So fell ponies are known for picking their feet up at a trot, and that would be as they're running over the fells, picking their feet up over the heather. They're known for the stamina, good chest, you know, all the things you need for carrying heavy weights, really.
Yeah.
Because of their strength and temperament, fells have been worked by humans for centuries, most prominently as pack animals to transport goods across this unforgiving environment in an age before the combustion engine or indeed roads. And for a taste of that, let's head out on a little trek.
Tom, traditionally, what would they have carried centuries ago?
Everything and anything. There are records showing that there were 200 ponies leaving Kendal every day, and they would have been carrying everything from dairy, wool, peat, lead, slate, you name it. Whatever you could get on a horse's back, it would have been carried.
Presumably you didn't have one man, one pony.
Yeah, so typically you would have had a string of maybe 10 or a dozen ponies, maybe more.
OK.
The pack pony man was called a jagger, from the Old English word for a load, which is a jag. I have no proof whatsoever, but I would like to think that Mick Jagger's granddad was a pack pony man.
The need for these beasts of burden dwindled as technology took over. At the end of the 19th century, commercial pack pony businesses went to the wall, and without the need for working animals, the semi-feral herds roaming free up on the hills had become an endangered breed.
We're down to about 150 breeding mares on the fells at the minute.
And why do they need to be on the fells?
The ponies that live out all winter on the high fells here,
Yeah.
they have the hardiness, the stamina, all the qualities that make a fell pony what it is.
Yeah.
They don't need a lot to survive, and in fact, they thrive on the poorer grasses up on the fells, you know.
Really?
Fresh air and scenery, that's what my dad always used to say.
And it's thanks in part to Tom's dad that the breed has been given a lifeline. In 1957, he started his own herd, which has now been passed on to Tom. His 18 working ponies now take tourists on treks to explore the fells and experience this centuries-old way of life.
This is an old pack horse route, so this would have been heading over towards Kendal.
OK.
So, yeah, this is where your man and your boy and your string of ponies would have been.
Come on, Lucky, you're letting yourself down. Come on.
She just wants to eat. She's just showing you what fell ponies like to do best.
I'm not sure who he wants to eat, me or the grass.
I think she's telling you it's time for a break.
Tom, I hear you're jingling.
I am jingling, yes. So in my pocket here, I have what we call a crotal bell. The pack pony trains, the lead pony would be called a bell mare and would have had a string of 8 or 10 around the collar, so the other ponies would know where to follow. But they know a lot about this bell. It came off the last commercial pack pony train in England. The maker's name is Robert Wells, RW, and he died in 1847, so that bell is at least 170 years old and has been on many, many travels.
Now, I hate to mention this, Tom, but you've taken over from your father.
Yes.
Are you going to pass the baton to anybody else?
I have an 18-year-old daughter whose life is the ponies. You know, she comes out on all the treks with me, she travels with me. We took up the sport of carriage driving a couple of years ago, and she's doing rather well at it. She made it to the junior championships the last 2 years.
Well done.
So we can head back and we can take you out for a little drive on a carriage with my daughter. How would that be?
Oh, perfect.
Tom and his daughter Flo aren't the only ones enamoured by these hardy beasts. There are a number of owners in this area breeding them for leisure pursuits and as pack animals for parts of the world where roads are still impractical. Now, your carriage awaits, James, being pulled by Perry, and there's a vital role for you.
Off we hop.
As ballast.
Only a little bit of rein contact.
Yeah.
The reins are there just for an extra amount of control and direction. Everything else should be voice, so if I say, like, left, she'll go left, but we use G and jar, so...
G and jar.
G is right and jar is left. She's very responsive to everything. So if I go, she goes faster. So here's like a nice slow trot.
I nearly went off then.
Oh my God.
So I've got to lean round.
Yeah. If you wanted a canter. Canter? That's a canter.
Oh, I see. Really beginning to move.
These tough little ponies have also had royal admirers. The late Queen Elizabeth kept her herd, which the Duke of Edinburgh drove in carriage competitions.
Good lass, good girl, good girl. Good lass.
And with Tom, Flo, and their fellow fell fans, the future of this native breed seems as robust as the ponies themselves.
Oh, well done, Flo. I can see why you're a champion. Oh,
Thank you.
Oh, terra firma.
Meanwhile, deep in the heart of the Lake District, it's Shank's pony for Natasha as she makes her way to Bowness. On the shores of the mighty Lake Windermere, England's largest, it's a tourist hotspot, with visitors coming for the stunning scenery, the outdoor activities, and in Tasha's case, the shopping.
Ah, here we are.
Antiques on High is the place, a one-man shop of all things old and interesting. Decorative objects, furniture, practical homewares, they've even got a well-stocked library too, so what's cooking in here?
Well, as roasting tins go, that is a whopper. That's amazing.
Yep, you could roast a whole sack full of spuds in that.
Gosh, I mean, it looks to be a couple of 100 years old. 18th century, according to the dealer. Oh, look, AEH, the proud owner. It's fantastic.
And it's got a fantastic price to match.
£325. Whoa, Betty, that is seriously expensive. What's my budget? I don't know, I have about 70 left. Yeah, that's a crispy offer to make someone. Can I have it for £70? Thanks. No.
I think Tracy would give you a roasting for that offer. She's in charge today. Meanwhile, James is currently heading to the last shop on this leg in the market town of Kendal. Wool and weaving were once the big industries here, which is why the town's motto is Panos mihi panis, which means cloth is my bread. And talking of bread, James doesn't have much of it to spend in the Antiques Emporium.
Only a fiver left.
That's exactly right, which is a shame because there's an awful lot in here that might have taken his fancy. If only he'd paced himself a little. Like this, for example.
Look at this. So we've got a fabulous pair of scissors here. They look as though they might be brass, but they certainly haven't got the weight of brass. And lo and behold, behind me is a comb. So I think they were sort of funny things that you might find in a barber shop, aren't they? You're not going to put that in your pocket, are you? But you're definitely going to put that on your wall.
Well, you aren't, because they're £30, and you don't have £30.
I must say, I thought it was going to be a lot easier. I'm finding it jolly difficult to find something for a fiver. Reduced, 20% off. There are, everything's £65. That's not going to work for me, is it?
We'll leave him to dwell on the decisions that brought him to this point and head back to Bowness, where Tash is hitting the cabinets.
Well, that stands out, actually. Looks quite smart.
A manicure set.
We're definitely in the Art Deco period. A couple of telltale signs. The colour of this Bakelite base, that lovely green, and the shape, the octagonal shape, is very deco. And I like the way it's mimicked on the hallmarked silver part of the stand. That's lovely. Any others? Yes. I see hallmarked silver throughout. As a lady of leisure in 1934, something like this would have come in very handy. You know, to push down my cuticles, to file my nails, to clip them to perfection. And then whatever that is for, I'm not entirely sure, but I would have used it to its full potential.
£80 is the price on the ticket.
One must remain positive. £80 is just a starting point, right?
Wow, let's see if Tracy can file that down for you.
Tracy, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks, Natasha. How are you?
I'm feeling ambitious.
Are you?
I am. There is a little Art Deco manicure set that I like with a green Bakelite octagonal stand.
Okay.
But it is £80.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, is there any way that it could come in at less than £50?
Could take it down to 60 for you.
£60. What about if we met halfway at 55?
I can trim the extra £5 off, being as how it's you.
I'm throwing a nail pun. I love it. 55. Thank you so much.
That final purchase gives her £15 left unspent. Time to say bye-bye to Bowness.
Delightful.
Over in Kendal, is there any joy for our cash-strapped chap?
Finally, I found something with a fiver on it.
Horse brasses. Very old-school antiques.
And they were to do with the trappings and the decoration of heavy horses. Now, the heavy horse was the tractor of yesteryear. And I remember in the 70s going into pubs and they had all these on oak beams. You know, it was a big pub thing, horse brasses. Very unfashionable now.
Well, the phrase, beggars can't be choosers, springs to mind.
This is rather nice. I like this. It's got integrity, hasn't it? For a fiver.
Let's take it to the till. Chris is in charge today.
I managed to find something for a fiver, Chris.
Oh, good for you, James.
They've all got a lovely weight to them, and they're not brand new. They're certainly not repro. Look at all the polish. You know, out of fashion, but I think fashion's going to turn, Chris. There we are.
Who
There's
knows?
your fiver.
Thank you very much.
And that means his kitty is completely cleaned out. Let's call it a day.
Oh, my last item.
Time to regroup and review.
Have you done it? Have you cracked it? Have you smashed it?
I think I've bought some more right things. What about you?
Yeah, likewise. I think we've both smashed it. I think we're good at this now. We're good
Well,
at this.
we should be good at it. We've done it long enough, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out at the auction after some shut-eye. Welcome to Newport, holder of the coldest recorded temperature in England. Minus 26.1 degrees Celsius back in 1982. But there's sure to be a warm welcome for our experts.
Oh,
Here we go. A slight incline to our fourth auction. It's good for us. Get the
very
blood
good,
pumping.
isn't it? Our fate awaits us.
How exciting. After a jaunt around Lancashire and the Lakes, our twosome have headed to Shropshire for a sale at Brettles Auctioneers, with bidders both in the room and on the net, and the indomitable Jemima Brettle is on gavel duty today.
Here we go at 45.
Natasha burnt through £185 on her 5 auction lots. But what's ticking the boxes for Jemima?
So you've got this fabulous Scottish brooch. I mean, brooches, who doesn't love a brooch? It's pretty, it's silver, it's a really great design. I'm looking forward to selling it.
James blew his budget, all £200, on his 5 lots. Another appraisal, please.
The presentation drinks tray, nice thing this, got a lovely presentation plaque for Oddfellows, which adds some more interest to it. It's a nice thing and it will sell.
Excellent. Let's find our seats.
You're keeping your jacket on.
I think it's quite chilly, isn't it?
I'm quite warm.
Coldest place in England, remember?
Don't worry if you're feeling chilly, things are about to hot up.
Oh, yes. Starting with Natasha's fiery red Bohemian glass box.
Stop me at 30 for it.
Go on.
30, at 30 bid. I don't want to stop there. 32, yes. 35, at 35 now. Keep going. At 38 now. 40 bid.
Oh, a
bid,
few
come
more.
on. I'll be really cheeky. I'll ask 41.
Oh,
See if that works.
we like it.
41.
Wait.
41 is bid now. At 41, 42. At 42. At 42 now bid. Can I be cheeky one more time? No, I can't because it's going straight in at 45.
Oh, yeah.
At 45. At 45 bid. But we're not giving up there. 48.
Oh,
at
they
48
like it.
now
They
bid.
like
Coming in
it.
at £48 and final warning once and twice and third. And this is it forever. I'm selling at £48.
I'll take that.
Well done.
Cool. A lot of work for a little return, but a result nevertheless.
That's a profit.
It's so minuscule, it could fit inside that box.
You wouldn't get £48 in that box.
But you would in this. James's whopping enamel bread bin is next.
I'm starting in at 15 bid. At 15. I've got a bid of coming in at 18. Yes, 18. At 18 bid, 20. At £20 online. All online here. 22 is bid. At 22, 25. Coming in at 8 anywhere. 28. At 28, 30. We're getting there slowly. I'm bid now. Coming in at 2.
Next
at £30. Last chance online for £30. Here we go. 30.
That's quite crusty.
Yeah, not a lot of dough, whichever way you slice it.
Underproved.
Underproved.
It was underproved.
Another of Tash's now, the scent bottle box without scent bottles.
20 for it? £20 for it? Somebody?
10.
£10 then is
James.
very low, but we'll go there. Oh, wait, it's okay. 10, 12, 15, 18, 22, 5, 8, 30. You've started them off.
You got me a profit. Thank you very much.
At 32. At 32 now. At 32
Yeah,
is
I
bid
did.
now. Coming in
It's
at
okay,
5
let
anywhere.
Pete
Lovely,
on now, isn't
lovely
it?
No, that's
quality.
karma.
Wait, 35. At 35.
Yes.
At 38 now.
I'll do the same for you
One
on the
more
next
bid.
lot.
40 bid. Now
This is
coming in at
nice.
£40.
At £40, here we go. 40.
Yes. Nice.
The sweet smell of success, thanks in part to James.
I can't believe you heckled.
We're just moving things along.
That wasn't your plan, though, was it?
Another of his next, that Oddfellows inscribed tray.
Start me in at 20 for it.
50.
I've got 20 straight at 2. 22, 5, 25. Got to warm them up, you see. 28, 28.
Oh,
lovely
they like
quality
it,
this.
James.
28, come on, one more, surely. Just look
yeah,
at
go
it.
on.
They're
At
fatigued
£28
after 2
then.
bids.
Once.
Oh.
Final warning at 28.
There.
Didn't quite carry that off, James.
Doesn't matter. Just bringing quality items to the market that are falling on their faces.
And talking of faces, Natasha's next lot has quite a few. Her Jubilee collection.
Start me in at 30 for the commemorative wares at £30.
10.
20.
Stop that.
20.
You are a heckler.
£20 for it. £10.
It's very curated selection.
12. At 12. £12. We've got 12 though, don't worry. I've got £12 online now. Who wants to go? 15. It's all right, we're going up slowly. 18, 20, don't lose hope. 22, 22 bid, 25, 28. Come on. At 28, 30 bid, 30 bid now. Coming in at 32 bid now. 32.
It's outrageously expensive.
I'm waiting in the room. Anyone want to go?
You should all buy this.
You should. You all surprised me. I'm missing a trick. 35. At 35, we're still going slowly. Come on.
It's like being in the dentist. This.
Here we go at 35. No, we're not. 38.
Oh, right.
At 38. At Saved by the Bell. At 38 now. Surely
like
we've got
these
to
people.
go on. Here we go at 38.
Okay, listen. £2 loss.
It would have been worse if James had kept his trap shut.
Would you
I've lost
stop
a lot of
heckling? Because all it does is...
It backfires on me.
It does, yeah.
Now, if you've got an arts and crafts fireplace with a bit missing, James may be able to help.
£20 for it.
This is what he does to me. 10.
10. Yes. I'm sorry. £10
10.
for it. Oh, look, we've got a bid in the room. £10 bid. 12. 15.
Yes,
At 15
see,
bid
this is
now,
what
coming in at
happens when you
18 anywhere.
heckle.
Come in the room. I'm selling You sure? We're sure. I'm sorry. I'm selling for £15. Here we go, 15.
I'm giving a big smile.
Through it, yeah.
I think it's more of a grimace. It's not going his way today.
That's a small loss of 60 quid.
Here we go. Final.
Natasha's wee Celtic dolphin brooch now. The auctioneer liked it.
And I can start the bidding in at 18, 22,
That's rather
5, 8, 32, 32 now.
I love a
looking for
mythical
5.
dolphin.
I'm selling online. Here we go, lovely brooch for £32.
Well done.
Indeed, that made a bit of a splash.
I hope that has gone to somebody, maybe not particularly interested in Celtic arts, but who just loves a mythical dolphin.
Yeah.
James's lithographic print is next. Love and Strive, which is it to be?
At £10 bid now, coming in at 12, 15, at 15, 18
Look
bid,
at it climb,
18
look at
bid
it
now.
climb.
At £20, 22, at 22 bid now. At £22, then here we go, final warning, I'm selling. Gone this time then, for 25. At 25, we're going
25.
slowly. Are we done? Are we sure? I think we're sure. 25.
Okay.
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 Strife it is, then. Bad luck, old boy.
12 easy line, easy line, 12.
Annoying.
At
Final lot now for Tash. A deco manicure set.
30 bid. At 30 bid now. At 30. At 30
30.
coming in at 32.
I like
We've
the
gone
green
very
base.
quiet. At 35. At 35 now coming in at 8.
Okay.
At 38.
There's still some
Coming in
way
a
to
slow
go.
burner. 40 bid. At 42 is bid now. 5.
Oh.
Bid. 45 now. One more. Come on, quickly.
Oh, it's so close, so annoyingly
45 then
close.
last selling for £45. Here we go at 45.
I did think it was going to be a wee
Well
loss.
done.
No, it's a wee
Well done.
loss.
Someone's got that for a snip.
But I actually thought it would flop much harder. Why do we buy stuff that we think is going to flop?
That's a very good question. Now James's last hope lies in his slightly off-trend horse brasses.
Quality item this.
Yeah.
Quality.
£10.
Turn.
£5.
Oh, fine.
I don't mind. I don't mind 5.
Don't make me ask £2, surely.
Oh, excellent.
No, I'm not going to ask because I've got 5.
Yeah.
At £5 bid, that could have been very awkward. At £5 bid now, come on, keep going. Don't give up now.
8,
At
8,
£5
8.
then. Oh,
Shoot
we
for
can't
the
be done.
stars.
I can't dwell much longer, I'm afraid. Last chance for £5. Here we go for a £5.
You're not laughing at my misfortune, are you?
Laughing at
Yeah.
you're just your body language. You're just like, no, you're quite relaxed. 5.
Hey, don't knock it. That was his best result of the day.
Should we analyse?
Yeah, grab the spreadsheet, crunch the numbers.
Crunch the numbers. I don't think there's much crunching to be done.
And here's those figures in full. James started with £200 but suffered a bit of a collapse. After auction fees, he ended up with £84.46. Oh dear. Natasha made a loss too, but a much smaller one. She ends the day on £181.46. And auction 4 is hers. Which means, in terms of auction wins, she is unassailable. But James has made more profit, so there's still his pride to play for.
Right.
Well done. Look at
Wow.
that, you winner.
That was okay, wasn't
You
it?
did very well, I think.
But I have my eye on you for the next one.
Oh, not too close, I hope.
Come on, let's go talk about it over... What can you get around here? A nice pie or
A
something?
pie, Milton Mowbray.
Oh, let's get a pie.
Next time on the trip,
We are experts at talking bum.
Dribble and flannel.
in their quest for quality,
That looks like something that would have been made at primary school.
nothing stops our experts from rounding up a bargain.
Howdy, little lady.